Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to probably the most hyped up game of the World Cup group stage. The only time we'll get to see two top 10 teams go head to toe in the World Cup group stage this tournament here. The 8th ranked side, Morocco, going up against the 5-time winners, the perennial winners in Brazil. This is going to be special in New York, New Jersey. The colours, the flair, the excitement, it's all on display in this game here. And you can just look at the quality by the two captains, Marquinhos, and next to him as well, Achraf Hakimi, Champions League winners. As the captains, you've got danger everywhere. Look, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Neil Alionoy, Bono in goal for Morocco as well, Alisson for Brazil. Shadi Riyad, recent European winner with Crystal Palace as well. But we'll get to the lineups shortly. It's almost time for the national anthems. And in this absolute coliseum, there is Brazilian and Moroccan jerseys everywhere you look. This one is going to be an absolute belter. It is flair, it is technical ability, it is quality, and it is two teams that want to go all the way. It's almost time now for these national anthems to be sung. Everywhere you look, you just see the best of the best. International powerhouses going head to toe here. This is what the World Cup's all about. This is why we're here. We'll start with the national anthem of Brazil for this one here. Just see the passion in these fans for the national anthem here. Here's a sea of yellow in New York. Whenever you look, fans alike are showing that passion. What a massive national anthem. The passion, the excitement, the emotion, it's all on display from the Brazilian fans, the players alike. And that's time for the Moroccan national anthem. Sure, the manager. Look at that. The national anthem of both sides. You can see what it means to both nations. And now we're so close to the start of this one here. Let's go through the starting 11 to both these two sides here. We'll start with Brazil in goal. The ever-present Alisson from Liverpool. Right back is Ibanez. Centre halves Marquinhos and Gabriel Magalhaes. Left back is Santos from Zenit, St. Petersburg, starting today. Then into midfield, Bruno Guimaraes alongside Casemiro in all Premier League midfield. With Lucas Paquetá in the 10. And the front line is Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, and no Matheus Cunha, it's Igor Thiago today. After that superb season he had with Brentford last campaign. Now to the starting 11 for Morocco in goal is Bonu. No surprise there. Nusseir Mazraoui is fit enough for left back. Centre half, Chadi Riyad and Issa Diop at centre half. Achraf Hakimi is the right back. It's Nil Anyanoi and Ayoub Boadi in midfield, with Azzedine Ounahi, the Girona man, at the 10. Bilal El-Khanous, who's applying his trade in Stuttgart last season. Ismail Saïri and Brahim Diaz to complete the front line. Of course, it's Carlo Ancelotti on the touchline for Brazil and Mohamed Ouabi for Morocco. His first ever World Cup finals to be coached at. We've got the referee looking over here, Slavo Vincic. Just talent. Slovenian set of referees. The fourth official and the VAR is Swiss. And then more referees in the booth. The German, the Frenchman, and the Croatian. What an evening here in New York. If there's ever going to be an advertisement for the world's game, I think this stadium with this crowd and these footballers might be the best example of it. Arguably one of the best midfield and defensive central contributions at this tournament. And that's what it's all about for Brazil. It's all about that balance under Carlo Ancelotti. He's not all about a possession. He came out and said in an interview, it's not about possession. It's about what you do with the football. And that's always been his mindset with Real Madrid, with AC Milan, and now with Brazil as well. And you look at this Moroccan side, African champions, fourth place at the last World Cup, the deepest ever run an African side has made, the most successful by getting to a semi-final in Qatar. And there's a lot of familiar faces, Brahim Diaz, Achraf Hakimi, Yassine Bonu, Nusseir Mazraoui, but players like Chemzine Talbi on the bench, players like Ounahi starting today, are new faces, are dangerous faces, and a sign of this country becoming a footballing powerhouse. We are merely seconds away now from this one kicking off. This is going to be electric. So then, it is time to count down. And finally, we are getting kicked off. This one was circled in every football fan's calendars. The electric energy of Brazil. The dominance now in the modern era of Morocco. It's Africa versus South America. It's in New York, New Jersey. And it's finally here. It'll be Brazil in their yellow jersey to the traditional colours from left to right. And Morocco in their traditional striking red and green from right to left. What an occasion here in New York as well. Sun setting over this absolutely massive stadium. And we're hearing the whistles, we're hearing the chants, the excitement. This is what it's all about. Bruno Guimaraes here. We'll have a good link up with like Casemiro and Lucas Paquetá, both of those players all playing in the Premier League at some stage together. Well, that's a flying challenge and lucky not to be a yellow card against Douglas Santos. The two games we've watched so far have been refereed very well. Yeah, Chadi Riyad. Illinois, he gets away from the Rafinha challenge. Here come Morocco. Achraf Hakimi, as always, hurling down the right-hand side. Trying to get away from Douglas Santos, but unable to do so. The two-time and back-to-back Champions League winner. Real Madrid players on the pitch, and Brahim and Vinicius Jr. Talented youngsters like Illinois coming from the successful Roma season. You got overachievers like Igor Thiago at Brentford, Manchester United players, and Casemiro and Nusayr Mazraoui as well. There's just talent everywhere. And of course, the Don, Carlo Ancelotti on the touchline for Brazil, already given a contract extension, showing his effect he's had on this national side. What a blessing to have probably one of the world's best, if not the world's best, managing your international side. Fantastic ball. It's Bilal El Kanous. He's been fouled by Ibanez. Only free kick for Morocco inside of 3 minutes. In a very, very dangerous position. Brazil obviously weakest out wide in terms of defensive work. You're not going to get the coverage from Vinicius Jr. Ibanez, mainly a centre-half out there at right back, and Douglas Santos, to be fair, one of the weaker players in what is a very, very dangerous starting 11. But with players like Gabriel Magalhães and Marquinhos and Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro, centrally, they look solid at the core. Here's a chance, though. It's El Kanous. First contact by Paquetá. Second ball is chased down by Igor Thiago and he gets rid. And as far as Achraf Hakimi, Morocco will come again. Both teams, not over-possessors, teams that look to create the football and make their possession stick. Here is El Kanous. I think he'll be the outball today. His speed and his ability to always find space and manufacture opportunities. So important for Stuttgart at times this season. Formerly of Leicester City as well. Here's Brahim Diaz, an ever-present in this Moroccan side. I have to keep an eye out for the centre-forward. Sebari. As Paquetá looked to knock the ball past Nusayr Mazraoui and well in for the Manchester United fullback. The ball back with Bonu, who was already in the world stage, but really cemented himself after the last World Cup and some of the heroics there. El Kanous, Unai, Girona attacker there in the number 10 today. Brahim, Hakimi out wide right into Anahi. Morocco, I think the large share of possession inside of the first 5 minutes. They're making the pushing. Anahi again, Brahim Diaz. Brahim. Still Brahim. Checks the shot off. Blocked away though by Gabriel, as he does so well all the time. And there's Mohamed Ouabi, his debut at the FIFA World Cup finals. Ayub Boyadi. Here's El Kanous again. Chopping inside and rotating around the outside. Handful to stop. Nusayr Mazraoui. He gets away. And the ball's in. It's the area. It's Illinois. Oh, and Bruno Guimaraes got a foot in the way. And again, Morocco Looking dangerous out wide. I don't know. And Gabriel both making important blocks in the opening moments of this game here. There's that Gabriel block. Crossfield pass for Okanus again. He likes the look of this one. Blocked again by Casemiro this time. Rafinha can't take that ball in. It's pinballing around and falling the way of Brahim Diaz. Unai. Hakimi! Ooh, pulled it wide. He wants a corner kick. I think the referee agrees. And they are operating in a lot of dangerous positions. Mazraoui and Hakimi already entering the opposition's box. Showing the attacking intent of Morocco. Also showing how Brazil are happy to absorb some pressure and sit without the football. Long ball in the Igor Thiago direction. That's what they get with a big centre forward. Hold up play. Paquetá. Chance for Brazil to build here. Casemiro. That touch was loose. And again, Morocco come the other way. Into and out of these New York shadows here in this New York stadium. They've looked quite comfortable on the football. Oh, and a bit lax on the football. Turnover the way of Brazil. Rafinha won it. Now with Igor Thiago. He's got Vini. He's got Rafinha up there with him. And Paquetá joining also. But we're happy to slow the game down. Looks like a game that's going to be played in the halves. Not much in particular in that middle third. Both teams happy to sit without the football. Build that defensive structure and shape and go from there. Casemiro crowded out. Clearance now with Boadi. Mazraoui. Falling the way of Casemiro in midfield. Rafinha! Oh, blocked away. Took a nick off Diop. Here's Boadi. Oh, great touch. And Okanus got away. Here was Boadi. Chopping inside. Feeding Okanus. Brahim Diaz. Double block. And Gabriel put his body in harm's way again. Massive defensive rearguard action from the Arsenal centre-half. There's multiple blocks and multiple important defensive actions inside the opening 10 minutes here, as Brazil have had a lot of defending to do. So then Gabriel to take this free kick. He's had to scrub off that Champions League final disappointment and get going again in such short time, such as the footballing calendar and how quickly it revolves right now. So then we tick into the opening 10 minutes. Nothing to separate these two sides so far. Maybe this is the chance though. And Canus. Chance to Unahi. Trying to wriggle through 3 or 4. In the end, Casemiro brought it down by Elian Alwi. Too lax from Paquetá. Touch was loose, and no matter what league you play in, or place around the world, you can't do that long in the football, let alone at a World Cup. 5 shots already for Morocco. 61% possession, the lion's share already. They've made the greatest start. What you know about Carlo Ancelotti sides, and in particular the flair and brilliance of this Brazilian side, is that possession and momentum mean nothing. They can spark to life out of nowhere. That's a poor giveaway. And you know, Party can't get his shot away. That's Rawi. Great interplay. It's Boadi now. Brazil can't string together 2 passes, and Morocco string together 5 or 6, and doing it quite fashionably. And the Olays are coming out in the 12th minute. Beautiful football they're playing right now. Sabari dropping into receivers. The PSV Eindhoven centre forward. El Khanous. Nasraoui again venturing further forward. And coming centrally. Looking for Sabari with the ball in behind. Half clearance by Marquinhos. Paqueta working well with Rafinha and Bruno Guimaraes. And in the end, Bruno Guimaraes is fouled. There's 2 proper combative central midfield players in Bruno Guimaraes and Bouadiou. An absolute battler in midfield and will throw his body around, same as El Yanawi. We've seen what he can do with Roma in some of our live watch-alongs here over the season, here in the channel. A battler in midfield, competitor, and Bouadiou's no different. Young, technical, solid to a challenge. Douglas Santos, sorry, Zabanya's there. In the end, foul by El Khanous. 6 attempts to 1 in the early moments. No keeper tested as of yet, though. Brazil will want some possession here to string some passes together and build some confidence here. It's been all Morocco. And they are pressing any loose touch that the Brazilians have. Great footwork from Rafinha, getting away from the initial challenge and playing in the Real Madrid rival in Vinicius Jr. He gets to the bar line, steps up, he got Thiago. Oh, he was there for him to put home. Couldn't make any important contact. But just like that in a flash, Brazil, their first chance is almost a goal. Vinicius, fantastic work to stand the ball up. A lot of questions about how he's going to work in this team, how he will work for the side, and what he can do to make others better. And look, in the opening moments there, we've seen what he can do. We've seen his technical ability, his danger and his threat, and how he's going to make this side better. And often you have a proper number 9 in recent years for Brazil. Someone who can head the ball, hold the ball up, play on the break, and that's what they've got here. And Igor Thiago, preferred ahead of the number 9, Mateus Cunha. To the surprise of some, but an understanding of many. Rafinha winning that duel. Slicked header, they're broken up by the Moroccan side, and just for the moment, all of a sudden, Morocco have to do some defending. Gabriel. If they're going to get that in this game here. Lulls when sides work towards the final third, and once we're in the final third, it is going to be electric. We've seen it so far from Morocco. 1 touch, 2 touch stuff is it's fabulous. Douglas Santos. A lot of security, though, at the back for Brazil. Marquinhos and Gabriel. Probably 2 of the top 6 centre-halves in world football right now. Alisson in goal is one of the best 1v1 shot stoppers in world football and always has been. Long ball. So despite Morocco making that fast start, this Brazilian side will believe they can absorb that pressure. Thiago bundles over Yanawi. Here it is there. Thiago just getting too much space. Shadi Riyad and Issa Diop just losing contact with the big centre forward there for a moment. But now he unable to bring that ball under his spell. So a throw for Brazil in Moroccan half. Notable stat here that Brazil have never lost a World Cup opener in 20 tries, stretching back to 1934. So it'd be a bad time to lose one now. I think happy to say. And with the expectations largely mixed around amongst world football fans and pundits and alike, it's almost a chance to play without stress or fear. With, the big names like Neymar, Thiago Silva, David Luiz and company, all moving on. It's some fresh faces. It's still the same confidence from the fans, but the general public don't have the exact same belief or expectation for Brazil in this tournament here. And that might serve them in their favour in this one. They can just go about football in their way and not have that limiting expectation of needing to win. 5-time champions have not won since 2002. Some of the greats of all time, Pele, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos, Kaká and company, all have won in the past. Is it time for Vinicius Junior, Rafinha, Neymar and company to get a trophy? Ball in, loose. And Bono comes out and collects. Rafinha will always be a danger for Brazil. Someone who will fight and compete for any 50-50. Looks to win his duels and has a technical ability in the football. Second to none. Loose pass. One back though by Casemiro in midfield. He'll pick up all the scraps, you know that. Synonymous with the Champions League. A part of the three-peat for Real Madrid. Came to Manchester United and won 2 domestic trophies. He's a winner wherever he goes. That's a loose pass from Rafinha. Broken up by Noussair Mazraoui. Casemiro's teammate there. This ball picked off here and controlled by Casemiro. Rafinha looking for Vinicius. Oh, on the turn. Almost had his opportunity. Almost had his chance, but of course Achraf Hakimi was there to close the space. And what a battle that's going to be all day long. He was out of position, committed high up the pitch. Had to get back and then make that important intervention. That is the obvious threat for Morocco with Noussair Mazraoui and Achraf Hakimi basically being secondary wingers. There's going to be spaces for transitional play. And Vini and Rafinha and Igor Thiago will try and exploit that. Great look at this massive Colosseum, which is largely packed in by yellow Brazilian shirts, but you can hear the Moroccan fans in large numbers. So the first corner kick for Brazil will be taken by Bruno Guimaraes. That's a wicked delivery normally. And that is no different. Not dealt with fully. Falls to Vini. Paquetá! Blocked away. Gabriel can recycle it. And look at the Moroccan press in full force. Never quite sat for Vini to hit the shot. Neither Paquetá. And no surprising that Morocco players were in numbers in the way of that football. Despite how talented they are, they're one of the most hard-working defensive units in international football. And that's why they're quite clearly the best African side in world football. And why I think they'll be a handful once again in this World Cup finals. Enter this tournament on a 28 unbeaten match run entering this one here. Did beat Brazil 2-1 in their most recent meeting just under 2 years ago. Brahim. Dangerous ball. Saibari! Morocco lead! It's a splendid finish. And it's Ismail Saibari to open the scoring for Morocco. And it's African brilliance in the opening here. A direct dynamite counter-attack. And Morocco take the lead against Brazil in New York. Brahim Diaz, a piece of individual brilliance. took the ball in and split apart Brazil in one pass. Receives the ball in the centre circle and says, go and fetch that. And Ismail Saibari got on the end of it. And seeing the white eyes of Alisson and the white gloves of Alisson, so composed to dink it over the Liverpool goalkeeper. And composed finish to find the back of the net. It's what Morocco deserve. They have been electric from the start here. And that is the finish of a man in form. Ismail Saibari coming with a 19-goal and 9-assist season for PSV Eindhoven. And he's carried that confidence onto the world stage in New York. Listen to the noise and the passion of the Moroccan fans. And you can't say that Morocco haven't deserved it. Moroccan energy, Moroccan passion, and Moroccan quality as well. And that man on screen, Carlo Ancelotti, has a lot to work on. It was a beautiful goal. And that then is the hydration break. And what a way to enter it off the back of an absolutely beautiful finish from Saibari. It's a chance for Morocco to just cool themselves down. Always hard straight after a goal to stay composed and stay in the game. And for Brazil, well, it's a chance for them to regroup. It's been a sluggish start to this game here. And I want to have a chance to chat and sort things out. So then after 21 minutes, it's Ismail Saibari to score the goal. Brazil have fought back in possession stats and actually have more of the football, 55% of the football in their favour. More XG in the favour there of Morocco with 0.85. One big chance apiece for these two sides. But 7 shots versus 3 in favour of Morocco. And quite equal in terms of the final third entries and the accurate passes as well. They're winning more duels. They're winning a lot more of the ground duels, but the aerial duels in favour of Brazil. Good start to this game. Nothing short of what I expected. Two great footballing nations going head to head. Both sides in some very fine form. Brazil have made a great start, but there's one thing I'm sure of, is that this side will find a way to fight back and cause problems with the Moroccan outfit. But saying that, Morocco have been, they've been unreal in recent times. Whether it be AFCON, or whether it be on the world stage. Oh, 30 odd seconds left of this hydration break. You see how Brazil comes out of this one. In this mini, almost half-time interval. Half-time of the first half interval, I think we can call it. That's so far so good for the Moroccans. It's good that they make the most of their dominance and they've scored early. From here they can go and show what they're all about. Playing this confident manner and playing on the front foot. There's the man, Ismail Saibari on screen. So then, almost telling us recommenced after that hydration break. How do Brazil respond? Sides always, so as you find out the most about side after they concede a goal. How do they respond? How do they fight back? What's their mentality? And if you're talking about some of the players on this Brazilian side, including their skipper, Marquinhos, you just got to look back only a few weeks ago where his side trailed in the Champions League final instead of 5 minutes and then roared their way back to draw level eventually and then win that game on spot kicks. So there's the mentality amongst his troop, including that man, Carlo Ancelotti, had so much late brilliance with Real Madrid in his most recent run there. Buwadi loose. Nipped back here by the central midfielder though, Amrabat. Sorry, Nusayr Mazraoui. The bold head always confuses me. El Khanous gets away. Stretching the game to Hakimi. Here come Morocco. It's Achraf Hakimi. Ooh, pulled it wide. Had options aplenty, including Brahim Diaz and El Khanous. He made follow-up runs. But the Paris Saint-Germain fullback thought he'd take it on himself. That's 2 strikes now. He's pulled wide of the mark. Brazil beat the press. Ibanez. Pass finding Rafinha. Chorus of whistles for the Moroccan fans. Casemiro put under pressure. Holding off that pressure, but running into Buwadi. This was the passing on of the guard there. Buwadi meeting Casemiro in midfield. Brahim. And Brazil working to get back. Hakimi. Buwadi again. He's covered so much ground in this opening 28 minutes or so. And has done no damage to his reputation coming into this tournament. There is the Mazraoui. And despite his relatively fresh face and unknown nature, he has got this side humming at a great level. Brahim fouled and there'll be a chance for Morocco to whip something in here for dangerous position again. Douglas Santos just leaving a foot out and Brahim obliging to go over. So then it'll be the right back Achraf Hakimi. Formerly of Dortmund, formerly of Inter Milan, formerly of Real Madrid. And now applying his trade for the best team in Europe, Paris Saint-Germain. Some might say the best team in the world right now in Paris Saint-Germain. And captain of one of the most engaging and enthralling countries of the world right now, Morocco. Whips it in. First Conte Ilyanai. Gabriel sends it away. St. Barry, the goal scorer, to retrieve it. Oh, great back heel. St. Barry, oh, blocked away. Not cleared. Brahim. Diaz, oh. Had the option wide of him. The effort lacked the power and precision. That is loose from Paquetá. And the boos and the frustration from the Brazilian fans are ringing out around this New York stadium. They've come ready, but their team hasn't. Bonu. Marquinhos chesting it down. Casemiro beaten to it by Achraf Hakimi, who's continued his run. Unai, Brahim. Chance to turn and swivel and drive. And Gabriel on the way again. He's had to do a lot of work in the opening half an hour. Buwadi. Unai. Cleared by Gabriel. As far as Achraf Hakimi. That was rash. And over the crossbar. I think there'll be a lot of worried faces. Amongst Brazilian fans. Alisson. Long but broken up by Crystal Palace centre half, Shadi Riyad. Unai, fantastic feat to get away from his domestic rival in Rafinha. Mazraoui. Just, it's a joy to watch what Morocco do. And how they've played in this game so far has been nothing short of sensational. Brazil, disorganised, loose, sluggish. Morocco at it, physical, aggressive, dynamic and electric. Couldn't be two polar opposites right now. Paquetá. Vini. Is this their chance then for Brazil? Vini. Cutbacks on for Bruno Guimaraes. Feeds it into Vinicius again. Vini. Vinicius Junior! Goal for Brazil! It had to be Vini. And the magician waves his wand again. And that's nothing. The Brazilian number 7 makes the stage his own. A beautiful finish. And a beautiful individualistic piece of skill from the Real Madrid and Brazilian number 7, Vinicius Junior, who always delivers on a big stage. Carlo's man at Real Madrid. Carlo's man for Brazil. And they have not been in this game one bit. But when you need a bailout, when you need quality, you call Vinicius Junior. It's a rocket. It's Vini to a T. From the left, cutting on the right. And side netting. Game on in New York. Carlo loves it. Brazilian fans in New York and around the globe love it. And for a moment I was questioning Brazil. How dare I? 2 goals inside of 32 minutes. 11 minutes after that Saibari goal, Vinicius Junior said, "Watch this." And the questions enter the World Cup all about Vini and how he could make this side better. There's your answer. Bold as ever. Unai. I won't stop Morocco playing their game. Saibari. Here's Brahim. Saibari. Hakimi. Clipped by Vini. The referee saw it. Oh, maybe he didn't collect him. What a crazy amount of contact. Those two get along well. Hakimi and Vinicius Junior, but have gone head to head now and toe to toe. A fair few occasions, whether it be for Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid or for Morocco and Brazil. And now the Brazilians find voice. But it's Morocco in their attacking action. Hakimi away by Casemiro. Brahim. Oh, he said the opposite at the back post. But Allison came and punched. Now Morocco have to respond after conceding. And how do they do that? A side that are so solid defensively. Only 2 goals wins them a game of football. This is no normal game. This is Brazil. This is Vini. This is Rafinha. This is Bruno Guimaraes. This is Paquetá. This is different. Marquinhos out to Ibanez. Back with Allison. Bruno Guimaraes comes in, collects it in the centre circle and sprays out a ball wide for Ibanez, and just at the wrong club there. Overhit that one. And Uabi, the manager, he's quite frustrated. Fresh face, young face. Interesting and quite exciting to see him on the international stage. That should be a through for Morocco. It hasn't gone their way. The linesman saw it of Bilal El-Kanous, who started like a house on fire and just gone quiet the last 10 minutes or so. So Ibanez takes this through on the halfway line. Casemiro, Ibanez again. Rafinha got himself into trouble and Saibari won it back. Unahi. Here's Egenawi. Great turn from Diaz. And Egenawi got away. And Casemiro said no thank you. And brought him to ground. Probably expect him to only play 65 minutes in most games. With the heat and his age. He's about halfway through his stint, you'd think. There was an opportunity there, though. For Nil Adyanoi. To get through. So Casemiro in the book. Can almost bank on that happening today. So Hakimi over this dead ball. Once again, Morocco in a dangerous place. Now play short to Brahim. He's met by Vinicius. And the two Real Madrid players going toe-to-toe. And Vini absolutely loves it. And the fans respond. Looking at that rocket there. Ball speed of 101 kilometres an hour. Travis Scott loves it. The Jordan man. Backing in to set us out. Packets are bundled over. Yanawi deeming to have fouled. Now then, how did Brazil finish this first half? Can they continue the momentum over here into the latter moments? Casemiro on that yellow card now. We'll have to tiptoe around the pitch for the rest of the game. Rafinha, first time we've seen him sort of wide right. Mazraoui able to keep the ball in play and avoid the corner kick. Paquetá, Bruno Guimaraes, Boadi in the way. Paquetá went flying in and won the ball. Boadi got out of trouble and found El-Kanous and continued his run forward. The pass just behind Saibari. First time Boadi's really made a mistake in this one. Casemiro, Vini. Loose first touch. Brahim gets back and wins that battle. And has a few words for his Real Madrid teammate. Vini. Paquetá. Vini again. Tackle flying in from El Ganawi. Ibanez. Brazil starting to hut him. Ball rolled into Igor Thiago. Takes it in well, but Shadi Riyad's with him every step of the way. That London battle between the Crystal Palace centre-half and the Brentford centre-forward. It's going to be an engaging battle all day long. Interesting to see if Mateus Cunha gets his chance. Any point today to the Seleção back in Igor Thiago to go 90 minutes. Marquinhos. Lofted ball in behind. Rafinha's chasing. The bounce of the ball always favoured the gloves of Bonu. "40 minutes into this one. It was all Morocco in the early moments. They score before the hydration break through Saibari. But a moment of brilliance for Vinicius Jr. has ignited the intrigue and the excitement and the quality of this Brazilian side and fans alike. Paquetá, crossfield pass, looking for Rafinha. Just out of reach for him. There is Neymar. Mazraoui throw straight to the path of Casemiro. But they get it back here, Morocco. And El Canoes away from trouble. And almost puts himself in trouble. Somehow gets away from two challenges. Brahim Diaz now can turn. He's got green grass ahead of him. Hakimi right of him. He does find the way of Achraf Hakimi. Stands the ball up. El Yanawi was the target. Not known for his heading ability. Loose touch on Hakimi. Paquetá brought down. Once again, they're very, very lax on the football. Marquinhos at the Rafinha. He's now really holding the width. Must be a direct demand from Carlo to not come central, to keep the game as stretched as possible. Because Rafinha in the opening moments was operating basically as a secondary number 10. Casemiro at the base of midfield with Paquetá and Bruno Guimaraes operating in the little pocket near Igor Thiago. Rafinha's out wide right. Of course, Vini's on the far side. Ball threaded through for Bruno Guimaraes. Looks to stand one up. Mazraoui in the way initially. And he got back and had a challenge on Bruno Guimaraes. And Bruno held his footing. And Bawadi turning in his own box. Played himself into trouble momentarily, but the ball bounced away of Brahim Diaz and he was bundled over by Ibanez. A yellow card for the Philly right back today. Clumsy challenge. As Brahim was looking to break away for Morocco. Don't know what he's shaking his finger at. So Roger Ibanez, as well as Casemiro, are in the book. Back underway. Just shy of 2 minutes to play of regulation. Plus, you think about 4 or 5 minutes of stoppages. Neil Aguinaui just caught on the football. Igor Thiago doing the defensive work there. Guimaraes. Paquetá was wide left for the moment. Vini's come centrally and retrieved this ball here. Looked to play a very dangerous ball for Rafinha in behind, but broken up by the Morocco midfield. Brahim away from danger. Casemiro avoided putting a foot in. And eventually wins it back. Guimaraes. They're just winning these midfield battles all of a sudden. Brazil and looking up for the battle. Rafinha fouled. Just came through Rafinha to win that one. Set piece time for Brazil. Very central position. It's going to be hard to manufacture something here. Paquetá taking a keen interest over this one. Gabriel's up. We know how dangerous he can be from set plays and headed goals. It's going to be Casemiro to take it. That ball was short, and now Morocco come away on the counter-attack. 4 minutes to be added on top of the 45. Hakimi. Back into Unai. And Bawadi finds him back, and great interplay there between the two of them. Bawadi finding Hakimi. Unai. Almost street football out there. The way they were just stringing passes together on the move. There'll be a few teams inquiring about Ayub Bouadi after this one. A lot of hype around the man, but if he's backing it up on the biggest stage of all, World Cup versus Brazil in New York, well, he's got a bit about him, doesn't he? Diop. It's loose and given away. Paquetá with the flick. Ball whipped in. Paquetá! Oh! He required a massive intervention from Bono. Whew. I think a Brazilian brilliant goal from Paquetá. Didn't get great connection on it. That's what allowed Bono back into it, but the acrobatics from the Flamengo man. Halfway through our 4 minutes of stoppages. Rafinha take this one. Ball whipped in. Contact the near post. And Noah got in at the back post. Marquinhos got that touch. He is sure it should be another corner kick. Steaming in at the near post. Both captains going toe-to-toe there, Marquinhos and Hakimi. So Bonu now. Bullet dodged right there for Morocco. Look at a dangerous set piece from Brazil. Ibanez up the pitch looking for Igor Thiago. He's battling away with Shadi Riyad. Guimaraes. And Brazil coming the other way with a minute to go now in stoppages. Vinicius Jr. leads the attack. Try and take the game on. Had Paquetá there. Had Douglas Santos on the outside, but wasted the chance. And there's the ups and downs of Vinicius Jr. The beautiful goal and then giving the ball away when there's options aplenty. Hakimi read it well. Got his body in the way. Looked at Vinny on the ankle, which he wasn't happy about. The referee saw otherwise, though. And that then should take us to half-time. Ball Rafinha's way, that Alisson. And there is the half-time whistle. What an entertaining first 45. Morocco made the blistering start. They were playing some fantastic football in the early moments. And it was topped off by Ismail Sayabi scoring in 21 minutes. From there, it looked like Brazil were all at sea. And Morocco were playing some fantastic football. But nevertheless, Vinicius Jr. stepped up to the case and scored a beautiful goal in the 32nd minute to level for Brazil. He's having a chat now with the referee. He wasn't happy with the challenge later on, but he's ignited this Brazilian side. It was a chaotic start, but they came good in the latter moments. And we got game on the second half. One apiece as we enter the half-time interval. We'll be back after 10 minutes or so for second half action very, very shortly. All right, ladies and gents, we are back. Second half action, not too far away now. Fabinho's getting himself ready. I think he'll be on to replace Casemiro at the half-time interval. But what a first half we had. Started off with Morocco dominance, countered after Ismail Sarabi scored. It was Vinicius Jr. and his beautiful individual finish. Now we've got a massive second half to come. Morocco look better on the ball, but we know what Brazil can do. They are always the ever dangerous side on the football because of their chance creation and their ability just to win the game in moments, like what we saw with Vinny Jr. Just individual brilliance, getting him that goal to equalise. So one apiece. Fabinho will be coming on, the former Liverpool man, now playing his trade in Saudi Arabia for Casemiro, and Ibanez off as well. So both men on the yellow have been replaced, and Danilo on a fullback. So then seconds away for second half action getting underway. All is in readiness. Underway, second half action. One apiece after the first 45. What happens in the second 45? Brazil getting us kicked off from right to left, Morocco left to right. It's been an eye-catching, mouth-watering matchup so far. I think it's only going to get better from there. We've lost Casemiro and we've lost Ibanez at half-time, and Fabinho and Danilo have may come on and taken their place. Here is Vini, who scored that equalising goal. There's Danilo, Rafinha. Haven't seen much of him yet. I want to see more of Rafinha in the football. I think if Brazil want to be successful, they're going to have both flanks being dominant. I know Rafinha probably doesn't like to be out there on the right, but he does have the quality, he does have the talent. And he's one of the best passers of the football, as we've seen. That means link up with Robert Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal. Here he goes. Rafinha on the outside. Masraoui backtracking. And had to meet him. And corner kick for Brazil inside of a minute. Up comes Marquinhos, up comes Gabriel. Paquete, Igor, Thiago and Fabinho, all major targets as well. It's a big Brazilian side. Rafinha will take. Left-footed in swing after winning the corner. He will take this one. The referee's having a chat with Chatty Riyad about the grappling and the body work that's been done. The referees actually throughout the whole tournament have made it clear from the start they don't want any of that holding. Low delivery. I think Marquinhos got a touch on it. And it's going to come off a Moroccan man last. So another corner kick for Brazil. Don't know if Rafinha meant the low driven ball, but it almost caused chaos in the box there. Gabriel is always the threat. Ball in. Past everyone. And roped back in by Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side here. Chopped one way, then the next. But read so well by Bilal Ilkanous. He finds Brahim. And Fabinho meets him and out of play for the Moroccan throw. Just past halfway. It's also a player that you want to see more of is Bilal Ilkanous. Had a really bright start to the first 45. Sort of faded out of the game as the second half went on. Diop back to his keeper, Bono, who's had little to do other than for that one save. from the Paqueta acrobatic bicycle kick effort. Hakimi got himself into trouble, but was fouled by Bruno Guimaraes in the process, and he's down, he's hurt. Bruno not afraid to leave a mark. He always put a foot in. And he's stamped it. It's not a good challenge at all. It's one of those ones you'll feel tomorrow morning if you're Achraf Hakimi. Carlo Ancelotti has made some moves. But what further moves can be made? Alexandre, Danilo Santos, Ryan, Ederson, Matheus Cunha, Endrick on the bench. For Morocco, I see less known names that's still dangerous. Chemzin Talbi, Spy, Sofiane Abrabat, Achraf Hakimi, and El Kabi. All options from the dugout. They can change if this game needs to be won or lost. So Bono back underway here. Tick towards the 50th minute. He's put that straight into touch. And as always, the camera pans to the superstar Neymar, who should be fit for the final match versus Scotland, I believe, in this group. That will be a watch, though. Mazraoui does well to win that ball off Rafinha. Continues his run further forward. Unai. El Khanous. Unai again. This is where Morocco have looked good, though. Stringing together their passes in Brazil's half. Keeping the football and keeping Brazil moving and chasing. Bouadi. It's been down to the players like Neil El-Younawi and Bouadi. They've consistently linked the game up and got their side further forward. Hakimi with a give and go with Sayrabi. Lost it though in the end. Great challenge from the Brazilians. And Vinicius Jr. comes the other way. Issa Diop is backpedaling and Bouadi's there to help. But Vini Jr. 1v1. Now he's got a crowd of three. Cross into the box. Away from Thiago and not close enough to Rafinha. Vini looks up for this one though. Even hungrier after scoring that first one. His 10th international goal for Brazil. Paqueta. Danilo looking for Rafinha, but not on the same wavelength as the Football Club Barcelona wide man. Both managers have a lot to think about. The game in the balance. It'll be one of those games as we get to the later knockings, it'll be interesting to see which side wants to go and win it and which side are happy to take the point, because these two by far the strongest in the group. Haiti and Scotland to come next. No disrespect to those nations, but they don't stack up against these guys. Oh! And the camera's not kept up with the play and Thiago was through. His effort was saved by Bono. Missed a massive chance there from the Brazil throw. Douglas Santos. Danilo. Rafinha now. Mazraoui backpedaling. El Khanous there to support. It's Rafinha. The cutback's there. Once again, Thiago not be able to get the end of it. Danilo. Off El Khanous in out of play. There it is there. It's a quick throw. That's the nature of the multi-ball system. There's always a chance to go quickly and catch the side out. And Morocco were caught flat-footed for once. Now Brazil's turn to string together possession and attacking movement. Paqueta, Vini. Bruno turning. And running into Neil El-Younawi. Brahim Diaz. As Morocco come the other way, but Hakimi's given it straight to Vinny. And Vinny's got the defenders backpedaling, and Hakimi had to bundle him over. Advantage played. Thiago left it for Vinny. But Hakimi got a foot in and can get away from danger. Firmino shoulder checks him. There's tackles flying in everywhere. He's lucky to get away with no yellow card there, Firmino. Oh, he's just come on, but that's that's one way to stop an attack. Buadi. There's Brahim trying to turn away from trouble. Took the Santos with him every step of the way. So it'll be a Morocco throw in front of the Brazilian bench. Hakimi given the count there. Crossfield pass to find Mazraoui, skipped away from Rafinha. And now Brazil are backpedaling. Unai. El Canous. Still El Canous. Trying to feed one into El Yanawi. Paqueta got in and won the ball, but only reported as far as Issa Diop. Brazil, though, end up winning out. Paqueta waited for the contact to come, and he took it and obliged to went to ground. A foul by El Canous. They're a team that like to press, like to be in your face. Did it well in the first half without fouling, but they fouled quite often in the second half of Morocco, and we'll want to try and rectify that as we've passed the 10-minute mark in the second half. So Bari's 21st minute goal, followed by Vinicius Jr. just after the half-hour mark. I mean, this game is stuck in the balance. There's a game to be won or lost here. As we go deeper, Gabriel almost into trouble. Vini. Won't be surprised if we see an Endrick potentially to change the game ahead of Igor Thiago. He's had his moments, but hasn't quite looked at it today. Rafinha. The overlapping run or the underlapping from Danilo. But again, those two unable to link up and it's out of play. Not the same electric quality in this second half as it was in the first half, and Thiago will probably get a yellow for that. Strong challenge on Nilan Yanawi. That's what he's about though, Igor Thiago. Big body, presser, energizer. And he's left one in there on El Yanawi. Coming off that 22-goal season, Igor Thiago. Here we go, drew one by Fabinho. Brahim, though, takes it down. Looks to skip away from Douglas Santos. Met bid two as Paqueta comes to help. Brahim unable to wriggle away from those two Brazilians. Paqueta, Bruno Guimaraes. Gabriel, now Alisson. Brazil forced to play across the back line as Morocco roll up in their press. Rafinha. And the press now has been avoided. With Mazraoui bringing down Rafinha on the far side. Straight hand there from Paqueta. in the halftime intervals made this game a little bit more tactical and a little bit more physical and less of that real end-to-end style we had in the first half where the midfield battle was basically null and void and it was attack versus attack. Here, though, is Rafinha. Chops it back into Paquetá. Couldn't take it in under his spell. Vinicius chopping inside. Rolling the ball to Fabinho. Morocco stays solid, though. Keep Brazil at arm's length. Vinny rolls that ball across to Marquinhos. There is Rafinha. Vinny was on the same page there with Bruno Guimaraes and Jay Red can come the other way. Our mark hit. Not being the same type of game as what we saw in the first half here in the second, but I'm sure as the game grows deeper and matures, we're going to get some open chances. Paquetá. Deep ball looking for Vinny. Unable to find him. Hakimi away now with it. Bouadi. Morocco just trying to find that style they had in the first half. The ball was pinging all over the park. One touch, two touch stuff, and haven't quite found here in the second half. That's a poor giveaway, and Rafinha's pass well overhit and denied Bruno Guimaraes a chance to run in behind. Vinny pressing Bouadi. And Bono composedly dinking the ball over Vinicius. And then fouls Bouadi. Great work from the youngster. In midfield. Carlo, a little shake of the head there. And Matheus Cunha has gone to the substitutes board. Luis Enrique is there as well. So Paquetá off for Matheus Cunha and Igor Thiago off as well. Luis Enrique. So two attacking changes for Brazil. Cunha looks like he'll go down the middle. But such a fluid player, can literally play anywhere across the front line. See him on the left for United, see him at number 10 for United. Also at the number 9 as well. You've also got the Zenit St. Petersburg centre, wide man and forward of Luis Enrique. He has been a starter in some of the warm-up matches, so he's no stranger to the big stage and wearing this Brazil jersey. For the time, it looks like Rafinha's down the middle, Cunha supporting him, Enrique on the right and Vinny on the left. Very fluid front line, very mobile. Very interchangeable for Brazil. Aerial ball won by Gabriel. Brazil will come the other way now. Danilo. Here is Enrique, his first touch. Different sort of game in the second 45. Slower. A lot of fouling, like we saw there on Bruno Guimaraes. So Barry there, just bundling him over. And Fabinho's a bit of blood there. James in Dalby. Ready to go. Rabat also readying himself as well. So the Strasbourg and the Sunderland men ready to come on. Whilst Fabinho has patchwork done. So Bilal Urkanous, after a very, very impressive start to the game, has faded out of it and will make way to allow Jemzin Dalby on. And Unahi, who also had a very bright first half, will make way also. Urkanous has remained on. So in the end, it was Brahim and Unahi that made way to allow Talbi and El Murabat on. They'll up the line for Luis Enrique. He's fouled by Mazraoui. He's gone quickly now. And here come Brazil. Matheus Cunha. Enrique inside of him. Deep ball looking for Luis Enrique. Mazraoui dealing with that one. And getting clear. Only partially to find Fabinho. He's had the patchwork done to his nose. Vini. Great pass to find Rafinha. He's playing down the middle now. Cross in. Cunha was coming. Enrique. Brazil with numbers forward. Danilo. Trying to fizz a ball in. Elianawi away. Brazil had a moment there. Cunha, Luis Enrique all involved. Rafinha also. Vini. Luis Enrique again. Now Bruno Guimaraes. Ball fisted. Oh, Rafinha was there. But couldn't apply the pivotal touch. Massive, massive moment for Brazil. As they just keep turning up the gears. A classic Bruno Guimaraes run. Pushing on for midfield, making that run into the box. And almost cutting the ball back to Rafinha, tap home. If you got any sort of damaging touch, it would be 2-1 in favour of the Seleção. Fabinho just bunted into Sayrabi. They call for the drinks break. Hydration break it is. So after 67 minutes, still one apiece. Brazil have probably had the better of it the second half. But a chance for two teams now to gather their thoughts and put together a structure and a game plan for the final 20 minutes of this match. Still 1-1. I'll actually quickly go for a break in this drinks break. So I'll be back in literally a minute's time. And we are back, guys. Drinks break about 15 seconds to be completed. Love having ads during football. Always makes it really entertaining. I have seen, though, somewhere, I think the Netherlands or the German coverage doesn't have ads. Can I find that coverage? That's what you get taken out the game in one of the most important moments, but such is the game, I guess, this modern day. The most Americanized World Cup of all time, eh? Here we go. 20 minutes to go in this second half, and in this 90. Is it a sense of the tactics being enforced by both managers have slowed this game down, made it physical and more like a European final? Elmer just lost the football there. Matheus Cunha. Hakimi. There's just battles everywhere. I think the referee might have to let a few things go now. But Luis Enrique, Cunha, Fabinho, and Danilo all on for Brazil. For Morocco, Chemsdin, Taubi, and also Samir El Murabat on as well. Great ball around the corner from Saibari to find Hakimi. And a great turn by Taubi. Broken up though. There with the Brazilian back line. That's Rawi. Looking for Saibari. That's blocked away. It'll be a corner kick. Flags up though. That's probably the first moment of brilliance from Morocco in the second half. They've struggled stringing together passes as they did in the first half, which they did to such a high level, to be fair. They haven't got hit those heights in the second 45, and they'll look to respond here in the final few moments because Brazil are there for the taking, and Brazil will think the same thing of Morocco. They've been brilliant, but they've been off here in the second half, and they could get the better of them. The only all top 10 matchup in the World Cup finals group stages at this tournament. Undoubtedly the highlight of every football fan's calendar as we saw the World Cup fixtures be released. Great give and go there. Danilo's touch was very loose, and Boadi said, I'll have a piece of that. The man applying his trade in France last season could be having a few new potential suitors calling him in the summer, especially with the performance he's put together here. Turning away from trouble, driving the ball 40 for Morocco. Hakimi ran into Matheus Cunha. Taubi got a little touch. Boadi forward. Repelled by Douglas Santos. Morocco will go back to Bono in goal. Hakimi. Got a shove for Fabinho, and asking the referee where the card is, I think. Ball went there by Bouadi. They come Morocco the other way with Diop and Hakimi. Saibari. El Yanawi. Great link-up play. And Saibari, who dropped in deep, can receive and push on. And Morocco come down this left-hand side. El Khanous now. Mazraoui across the floor. Dealt with by Fabinho. This drinks break's coming at a good time for Morocco. They've come alive post it. They're playing some great football once again. El Murabat, Saibari and company all look fresh here. Look ready to go. Bouadi. On a World Cup Finals debut he's had. Bonnets had to make 2 important saves to keep Brazil at 1. Alisson, really nothing to do. Morocco have been really good on the football and created the odd chance, but have not really tested him. And sort of put the ball past him with Saibari, the dink. Morocco have 2 more substitutions ready in the touchline. Whistles going up around the New York, New Jersey stadium. From the Moroccan fans as Brazil possess the football. .2 at XG now for Morocco. 0.99 for Brazil. Had more possession though, Brazil. Haven't done too much with it. Thought here in the second half. We saw the late equaliser for Qatar earlier. Will there be a late winner for one of these 2 sides? Vini. That was a poor giveaway. Chemzin Talbi. Saibari. His first goal, we mustn't forget, was splendidly taken. El Murabat. Saibari. El Murabat again. Morocco just almost warming up the gears here. Looking back to how they did in the first half, there's not an active press from Brazil, but they look comfortable on the ball. 1-2 touch stuff here, forcing Brazil left to right. Hakimi. Great footing by Douglas Santos. El Yanawi. Talbi. Saibari was caught flat-footed momentarily, but chased it in. Gabriel all over him. He's been really good today, Saibari, dropping in and spinning in behind. Here is the centre forward. Fainted, then got the nutmeg on Douglas Santos. And Talbi, ball in. No one was there at the back post to tap that ball home. Talbi put it in a great spot. There's no runners. El Khanous was caught flat-footed on the edge of the area. Morocco looked the goods here. After that short drinks break, they've put together a strong 7 or so minutes of football. Banu. It's a long ball. Saibari was offside, so he didn't bother competing with Marquinhos. He went back to his keeper, Alisson. It's a great take from Matheus Cunha. He sees Vinicius Jr., who's running in behind Avisa Diop. He's got Rafinha centrally. The cutback is to Rafinha. Oh. Straight in the hands of Bonu. The El Clasico link-up. Between Vini and Rafinha. 2 of the probably top 5 attacking footballers in world football right now. Just scuffed the effort. Couldn't get the power and precision he was after. Bonnie's down here. I didn't see anything of note, which is worried. The subs are ready for Morocco to come on. Beautiful strip, by the way. That's where it had this moment of stoppage. The gold Striking red. De Los Santos on. My breakout player for Brazil in this tournament. So hopefully he performs here in the last knockings. So Nusir Mazraoui making way. El Canoes now finally. Bruno G making way. Santos on in his place. Gabriel there. Fabinho. This ball picked up here. Zamuni that did so. Talbi. Salaradine. Vinicius Junior's one of the Rafinha the other way. Riyad out there to meet him. Here is Douglas Santos. Mateus Cunha. Still Mateus Cunha. Mateus Cunha. Got a block. Corner kick for Brazil. He hypes those fans up behind the goal. That's going to come off Cunha last. And VAR's already intervened there. So there you go. There's the new rule in action. Oh, it's loose. Oh. Bono had to come out because Issa Diop left it well short. Rafinha was almost there. And now he's gone down. To the discontent and anger of all the Brazilian fans. Oh, gee, there's nothing in that. Into the final knockings now. As Bono's down. Don't know how that's caused that. Good keeper, Bono. But he loves going down, doesn't he? The Brazil fans are not happy one bit. The backup keeper getting ready just in case. There he is, did it into done. So back underway, after a stoppage. We've got 5 minutes, plus you'd think a fair chunk of stoppages in the second half. A lot of substitutions, a couple injury stoppages as well. Cunha, he just seems to play wherever he wants to right now. And he's caused problems for Morocco. Bouadi away from the Cunha challenge. And Morocco come marauding forward. Led by the central midfield play. He's left it short though. And Brazil the other way now. We come to this perplexing question once again. Who dares to try and win this game with the threat of losing it? Especially with these two sides being as good as they are. And the importance of finishing in the top two. In particular, in first to get a very easy draw in a round of 32. You want to keep your cards close to your chest. Vinny loses out. Fabinho nipped in. Hakimi the other way. Tackles have been flying in the second half. The first half was all about beautiful football and high-speed movement. It's been about physicality and battling in the second half. Back with Bono in goal. Shadi Riyad. Got Bouadi presenting in midfield and he claps him for that receive there because he can turn now. Rafinha and Vinny left out the question. Elianawi. A touch out of danger from Shadi Riyad. Trying with a remarkable down the left-hand side there. Get the sense that Brazil are holding on for a counter-attack whilst Morocco look to build. Coming into the drinks break as Brazil the better side, but coming out of it, the last 17 minutes have all been about Morocco. He's a Diop. Danilo Santos well in, winning that aerial duel. Hakimi beating Danilo to that one. Here come Morocco on the right. Alain Mooney, ball in, dealt with by Marquinhos. Dangerous looking delivery. Alain Mooney at Frankfurt currently, I believe. He's trying to make his stand on the international stage. In the final, Moroccan substitution sees Saibari, the opening goal scorer in this one, make way. So Saibari off and Ramini on. Buhari bundled over by Matheus Cunha. The Brazilians aren't happy with it. Morabet launches that one in. It's taken down by Shadi Riyad. Chemzin Dalby. Necessary pirouette there by Shadi Riyad, and Brazil can come the other way. Cunha brought to ground by El Yanawi. The Roma man has been impressive once again today. "10 minutes. Wow, of stoppages. The Brazilian bench was up in numbers, wanting a yellow card there for Achraf Hakimi, but the referee has kept his cards close to his chest, if you will. He hasn't pulled too many cards out today. He's had the players play. Let it be physical when it needed to be. That's a dangerous ball. Rafinha's in behind. Didn't go the shot. The cutback. And Danilo Santos unable to apply the finishing touches. Ball around the corner looking for Vini. El Yanawi beat him to it. I tell him Murabat, sorry. And that. Couple of bleached hairs. Danilo won that duel. Fabinho the other way. Rahmini having to press him. Vini. Can he produce that magical moment? Skipping past Achraf Hakimi. Looking to stand the ball up, but running out of green grass. Hakimi not happy with his team. Vini hasn't seen much of it, and all of a sudden comes alive. Wouldn't this be a momentous moment for Brazil to beat this such talented and combative Moroccan side? They've played some fantastic football. You never doubt Brazil. Cunha, he's right-footed in-swinger. Lengthy delay. Ball lofted in. Bono came and punched. Dealt with it enough. It's going to come back, though, with Matheus Cunha. Another corner kick for Rahmi. Cunha again. Brazil probing. Another set piece. Bono again, fist well. Rafinha. Enrique! Ooh. Couldn't beat Bono. I have to comfortably collect that one there. Brazil fans are urging their side on. A third in to these stoppages. Nothing yet to separate these two sides. Hakimi ball is going long in the Ramini direction. Deemed to be onside. And Mooney. El Marabet. Ramini. Ball in. Talbi was at the back post. Didn't quite reach him. Bouadi can come and collect. Hakimi again, the skipper. Bouadi once more. El Marabet now on the right. Has been their most potent side, you feel, in this matchup. Morocco down the right-hand side. Bouadi. El Marabet has continued. Got the ball centrally. Shadi Riyad. You can just feel the tension. The Brazil chant going up around the New York, New Jersey Stadium. Hakimi. Ramini spinning in behind. Pushed over by Gabriel. And it's come off him in the end. Now to play for a corner kick. Big centre half. Showing the physicality there. She collected Ramini on the way down. So El Mirabet over to take this one. Fans, heads in hands, praying to the footballing gods now. El Mirabet. It's that left-footed in-swinging ball. Goes deep. It's dealt with by, I think, Luis Enrique back there. Tawi with the throw. Saladin to take it. He's been given the count by the referee. Searches a Ramini. Cunha winning that battle with Buadi and staying with it. But not winning out versus those 4 red shirts. Chemzin Talbi. And Yanawi. Morocco, I'll leave that short. They're about to say they're building well, but Vinny's giving it away. Crossfield pass was also poor. A lot of tired legs out there now. Saladin. Searching for the safety of Bono. He just sends that ball straight back up the pitch. It's a poor clearance by Gabriel. Fabinho deals with the seconds. That's a yellow card, surely, for Fabinho. El Mirabet there, just getting caught, by Fabinho. Just second to it. So is this the dangerous chance that Morocco need to find a breakthrough in this game? Prayers now. Just prayers at this point. Is it going to be a mistake? Is it going to be a piece of individual brilliance? We have to wait and see. El Mirabet, poor. Very poor. Straight into the hands of Alisson. Saladin can head back to Bono and goal. Rafinha forced to go close the Moroccan number 1. So just shy of 2.5 minutes here to go. The first half of enjoyment, excitement, and the beautiful game on display. The second half, physical battle. Let's go with that. It's been far from the most watchable second half. But it could be flipped on its head here right at the last. Qatar earlier today did something remarkable late on. Can one of these two sides replicate that? It won't be to equalise. It will be for the victory. But just show the development of this country, Morocco. They have gone toe-to-toe and one may say bettered Brazil in this matchup. Vinny went to ground too easily. And Morocco can come the other way. Yanawi, Buadi, Hakimi now. Got space to charge into. Goes closed down by Douglas Santos. Oh, it's a long... Oh, he's buried it. Oh. Yanawi. A long-range effort that Alisson, I don't think, had to actually save. I think it was going wide. Oh, it might have crept in or came off the post, but then parried the save and... El Mooney almost had the seconds. Yeah, it was going wide. Alisson, obviously not to know that. And parried that first save and almost made himself look a fool. As we tick in to the 100th minute now, Achraf Hakimi will swing in this corner kick. It's deep. It's too deep. And that might be one of the final chances. Or do Morocco have one more trick up their sleeve? Chemzin Talbi. Sent away by Gabriel. "20 seconds now to go." Both teams have given us a great watch here in New York. Big stage for a big game. But it looks like nothing will separate these two sides. I think the fear of losing has come into it late on, and neither really wanted to chase it. There you go. It ends one apiece. Morocco showed their quality today. They took it to Brazil toe-to-toe. Better team in the first half, but they went in 1-1 after Saibari scored an opening goal. Fantastically found by Brahim Diaz. A beautiful dinked effort over Allison, who came off his line. And then Vinicius Jr. equalising just after the half-hour mark. Second half was a battle. It was physical. Tough watch at times. But in the end, I think this is what both teams deserved. Morocco, fantastic on the day. Brazil showed their class at times. But in the end, these two top teams in this group didn't want to lose it. And as such, no one went and won it. One apiece at the end between these two teams in a really, really eye-catching battle. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you for another stream very, very soon. Potentially for Australia, Turkey later today to wait and see how things work out. But it ends here. Brazil 1, Morocco 1.